put the sign as this, literally, you can just leave the sign in front of the camp. I'm not saying brothers are being silenced, but if you can just be in silence, you just look at the crowd, and then
That's all there.
one by one,
Yeah.
even people on the bus, you just see people looking down at the bus.
Which proves the Bible, man.
And then people come up, but that's the point. That's the point I want to harp on, is this. It says, when the children of that people shall see these things, vocab, and to any other scoffer, where else is that happening? Where else is that happening?
You know, when I first came in, I remember the brother, it was the brother Ratazar Allah, right? He was at the camp. He was with another brother. And I remember when I first came in, and I pointed at the sign, I said, "Oh, brother, but I'm not on the sign." And he said, "Nah, you know, the Lord's sheep hear their voice." Because, you know, I saw the sign, it said Judah, Benjamin, Levi, so on and so forth. But I was like, I'm on the sign. And he said, "You know, nah, bro, the Lord's sheep hear their voice." But the point is, the sign, you know what I'm saying? It stands out.
It had a pull into you.
Mad, big time, bro.
Because guess what?
Because it gives you something to, like, understand.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm not African American. I'm not. You know what I'm trying to say? Or I am African American. Or you know what I'm trying to say? My dad's Panamanian. Or it gives you a structure.
An identity.
Yeah, exactly. Identity, man. Gives you that, bro. So that's crazy, man. But then it makes sense that people will try and knock that. Because they don't want you to have your identity.
Like even someone like a vocab,
you know what I mean?
He scoffs against a sign. He's like, oh.
Yeah, because it's like they want to knock you, the Jakes. And really, this world is done, man.
Yeah.
You can do that all you want. It's like, even 2/3 kind of know what's kind of popping. 2/3 even know, like, they might not know the depths of it, but they know there's something with them why everyone's trying to mess them up. Even 2/3 know that, bro. As bugged out as these niggas are in the world, man, everything's changed in this world, man.
Yeah. But
it's mad. The word, even the us pushing the word has affected the planet.
It has. Even funny, like I did the video, I'll show you the pictures last night or the day before. You know, I was speaking with my mum, and she was watching some new cult personality pastor in Ghana. Bro, you see what he's wearing? He's wearing a garment with border blue and fringes.
Is it? Yeah.
And every woman in the congregation is wearing like a head wrap, and the guy doesn't eat pork.
So where did they get that from?
So
wait, did she tell you that, your mum?
Yeah. And
so now she's believing that now.
Yeah. He's wearing a garment bordered blue,
which you've told her that years back.
I said to her, see, a couple of years ago you were scoffing at me for my stuff, but look at what he's wearing, and she didn't have nothing to say. You know, but the point,
that's the truth getting out.
That's the point. The spirit of this world, the truth is in this is saturated. This world.
But you know what the Lord said? When shit happens in this society, then shall you know who is my elect.
Yeah.
So it's gonna come out that who's worked for the Most High and who hasn't, man.
Yep. But let me read this.
Or for Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai, man. It will come out and you know. This lot here was the ones that was teaching what I said, man.
Yeah.
And because there'll be, I don't know how the Lord will do it, but there might be some kind of protection hedge on you, or nothing ain't happening to you.
Yeah, and
there's just an aura on you.
And
the aura on Akyam.
And the first part of that happening.
Yeah.
The first part of that happening is going to be when the MOTB gets established, and you know, spiritual power and stuff. But when the MOTB comes to pass, that's when you're going to know who the prophets are. You're going to be like, hold on, who's been telling us about this?
Yeah.
It's going to be, it's going to be those men. And then later, as you said, in the time of trouble, protection and spiritual power and such. This is Baruch 2:30. For I knew that they would not hear me because it is a stiff-necked people. But in the land of their captivity they shall remember themselves, and shall know that I am the Lord their power. And I'll give them an heart and ears to hear, and they shall praise me in the land of their captivity, and think upon my name. Where is that happening, man? Like, you know, like, that's why the apostles always say these these Christians from these groups, what always cuts them is prophecy, because where is that happening?
Yeah.
Where on the earth was happening throughout this whole earth? But where did it start?
It started with the apostles.
The apostles,
and then
America, New York, and then on down
from it started with high priest Abba
Bivens. High priest Abba Bivens.
Going to high priest Yaquab,
to the
apostle Taha, and the line basically. Yeah, man. All the apostles onto us today, man. We're part of that, bro.
Yeah.
We're actually part of that, man. We're part of we're their fruits.
That's it.
Brothers. Even over here, you had brothers that the brother Ramah started. He was their fruit.
Mm-hmm.
Then we wake up.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying, bro? So there's a line to it. The next people that it's a line, man. But what did it say there? It said
the point is, it said they shall praise me in the land of their captivity.
That's the point. So how the hell did brothers in England know the Yahweh Shai's name, bro? How the hell did brothers in Holland know his name? How the hell did brothers in Deutschland, Germany know Yahweh Shai? How the hell did brothers in Italy know? Barbados, Jamaica, what other countries are brothers in? Filipino brothers, man. How the hell did Nigeria? How did brothers know Australia?
That's
the Lord, in lands where we're put in slavery, the Lord just reignited us, man.
That's prophecy.
But we have our teachers, man. There's order to it, but the Lord, that's the scriptures right there.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's prophecy.
Yeah, because the Christian church is all over the world, but they don't teach about slavery. They're doing it now, though. All of a sudden, but some of them even talk about nuclear missiles. Where the fuck are they getting that from?
They're getting that from us.
All these fucking phony church pastors and all that, man. And you know what? It's always the black church.
Yeah.
Mainly. Because you've had crackers that in church that taught. You got that in America. You got that white church. They're called the most hated people in America. You seen them? The most hated church in America, or whatever. And it's like the Westboro Baptist Church. That's the one. And they talk about they don't want homos. America's gonna be destroyed and all that.
Where they get that from?
But they got it exactly. But what I'm saying is, like them at one point, what I'm trying to say is, crackers. They're more. Even a lot of them are jakes.
The Bible Belt.
Are jakes. There are a lot of them are jakes. But they're more on point than your average Negro, man.
Man, what is it?
They're more on. It's true, man. Here's you're the Lord's people, but then them crackers, some of them are the Lord's people too. But you got them, man. They will read the Bible, man. Now we ain't feeling how America's.
That's because they're jakes, man.
That's what it is. But then you got straight up.
Esau ain't a man of truth. But
they gotta be jakes.
The same way.
Some of them.
You have Edomite scholars that will say yes, the 70 AD.
Yeah, but
they might get into history, but the faith in the prophecies, that's what.
But some of these devils are real. Like you see this. Some of these white jakes, they're real zealous for scriptures, man.
Yeah.
But what the fuck are these niggas playing at then?
Yeah, it's only for the elect, man.
You know what a lot of the black churches, they start switching it up once. It's because of us through the spirit. Then they're switching it up, man. Yeah, man. But for the most part, they don't even push that spirit, man.
Yeah, because it's fully for the elect, man.
Anyway, but
But let me read this.
Go on, brother.
This is Isaiah.
We close up, man.
Yeah, I got two free scriptures I want to get before. Isaiah 44:3. For I'll pour water upon him that is thirsty, and floods upon the dry ground. And that's what's happening, man. We are, before, we was in like a dead state, man. We was, those who were elect was practically a dry bone, man. We're just dead. But then through the spirit of life, that life, it came upon us, man. Right? And it says, I will pour my spirit upon thy seed.
Yeah, my dead's not ass. Like a dry ass bone, man.
Yeah.
You're just walking around not knowing fuck all. You might as well die.
Yeah. Congregation of the dead.
Because you know what? When we don't know this truth, even that we know this truth, we're in slavery, man.
Yeah.
So you know what it means when you're dead? You're just a slave, bro. So even, and you know what one of the most deadliest things is? When you're walking thinking you know what's happening, but you're really dead. That's the people in this world, man. The 2/3 of Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, they actually think they're prospering, they might have a job with good money or whatever, but you're really a dead motherfucker, a dead person. You know what I'm saying? They're actually the walking dead, bro. You know how deep that is? Someone's walking around, but they're really dead, man. But with us, we're walking, understanding that, yeah, we are dead. We're waiting to be changed, man. But we actually are dead, bro. We're slaves, man.
Yeah, but now we as the whole elect, I've been woken up. So now that spirit of death has passed on from us. Now we're alive, bro.
Yeah.
You know, those people that ain't in truth, so they're dead. The man that wanted to find a way of understanding is the congregation of dead. But now we're actually born again, man. You know, the scripture speaks about this the spirit that quickeneth. You know, the word for to be quickened means to be made alive. You know? So them people in the world are dead. You know, it says, I'll pour my spirit upon thy seed and
spiritually dead.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
And blessing upon thine offspring. And they shall spring up amongst the grass as willows by the water courses. And in Isaiah, I believe, or is it Isaiah or in Jeremiah, it speaks about, you know, those who have the truth are as a tree planted by a river in that, you know. And it says, one shall say, I am the Lord's, and another shall call himself by the name of Jacob, and another shall subscribe with his hand unto the Lord, and surname himself by the name of Israel. And that's what's been happening. Before we came in the truth, so we were calling ourselves black and African and other titles. Now we're calling ourselves the seed of Jacob. We're saying that we're actually calling ourselves the 12 tribes of Israel, right? And
by our names, man. And that fucks up Esau. I'm saying I ain't calling myself no African no more.
Now we're calling ourselves to Israel, but
bugged out that is. Yeah. When you think about it, it's fucking bugged out, man. But even Africans don't call themselves that. They'll call themselves by their fucking. Most of them call themselves by their biblical, not biblical, but by their tribal name.
Yeah.
I'm Kranuku or something. I'm from Sudan, but from the tribe of Rokuku. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Motherfuckers will call themselves by their. That's some Western shit. Because they want Jake to say that.
Yeah, because the scripture says.
You know what Jake to say is. You know what I'm saying?
But that's why the scripture speaks about. They said, come on, let's cut them off from being a nation. So they're actually trying to, like, you know, because the name of Israel exists, but it's not applied to the true people. But now that's been flipped upside down, or right side up.
Well, that's why even now
Salah, the point I wanted to make, which is why I brought the scripture, is it says, one shall call himself the name of Jacob and subscribe to the hand of the Lord and surname himself by the name of Israel. The point of that was, it's like it kind of ties into the other scripture. It says where we shall be in a call upon the Lord's name in the land of our captivities, and shall remember like ourselves, right? Because so that's like on a mass scale, we're in all these other lands coming back into the Lord, calling ourselves the 12 tribes of Israel.
Yeah.
Like so there's brothers in Thailand or in the Philippines. Or,
but that's what messes Esau up.
That's what messes him up, man.
You're calling yourself like a Negro in America now saying I'm a Judah. You know what I'm saying? Before people wouldn't have said that, man. Jakes wouldn't have said that. A Negro in America now saying I'm a Mexican saying I'm Issachar, man. I'm an Issacharite, or you know what I'm saying? Or you know, a brother saying, a Cuban brother, he's saying I'm Manasseh, I'm Zebulon, I'm, you know what I mean? Yeah, man, you're calling yourself by who you are now.
Yep.
Especially the so-called black man. The so-called black man is supposed to not have an identity.
Yeah.
Which has been a fucking lie for the longest. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
but really now that the so-called black man's claiming his identity, this world's going down. Like so-called Negroes are saying, no, look at the camps, bro. The camps is all the tribes. Judah on down, man. You know, everyone claiming their identity and the tribes, the brothers, and that's what fucks Esau really up.
Yeah. The scripture says, great fear fell upon them that saw them.
Yeah, that fucks Esau really up. You know what I mean? Like, go ahead.
I'm going to end with this last one anyway. This is Deuteronomy 31. It shall come to pass when all these things are come upon thee, the blessing and the curse. And really the only time that we've had a blessing upon this earth is after King David, when King Solomon came into power. That's the 40 years of peace, really, right? But then, you know, ever since that, it's really been the curses since, right? And it says, which I have set before thee, that it says this, that thou shalt call them to mind among all nations, whither the Lord hath driven thee. So the scripture says, you know, when the blessing comes and the curses, because we're at the end stage of the curses now. Now it's going to go into these other nations. But what does it say? And thou shalt call them to mind. So we're going to be thinking upon them. Think upon my name, as the scripture says, and to remember themselves. So this is a prophecy now that Moses said in Deuteronomy. What does he say? And thou shalt call them to mind among all nations, whither the Lord have driven thee, and shalt return unto the Lord thy power, and shalt obey his voice. That starts off the elect. To all that command in his name. That thou art children with all thy heart, with all thy soul. That then the Lord thy power will turn thy captivity and have compassion upon thee, and will return and gather thee from all the nations whither the Lord thy power has scattered thee. So the scripture says that we shall be gathered amongst all these people where we've been scattered, right? But that gathering starts off how? It starts off with this word, and I'm going to read this one, last one. This is Baruch 4:36. Oh, Jerusalem, look about thee toward the east, and behold the joy that cometh unto thee from the Most High. Lo, thy sons come, whom thou sentest away. They come.
They sent us away because we was in captivity.
Captivity, the blessing, the curse, right? The curse.
You know what I mean? That's that captivity. That's that transatlantic slave trade.
Slave trade
dispersed among the nations.
Which is in Deuteronomy, vocab.
Yeah, Deuteronomy 28, man. That's the curse book right there, man.
That's it.
From 15 onwards, man.
Yeah. And it says
scattered among the nations. Part of the curses was we're gonna look like other nations. That's all in the scriptures.
Ships,
man. Slave ships. Who else did that happen to?
The shackles.
There's not been a story of, you know, not in this time that we're in. When you think of slavery now, the main thing you think of is so-called black people.
Yeah,
and slave ships.
Yeah, and the people.
That's what you think of when you think of slavery, bro.
Yeah,
because that's actually what happened.
And the people, and the people might say, "Oh, slavery was in ancient Rome." And listen, slavery in the ancient world was different to slavery now, man. Like, hardcore transatlantic slavery, bro. In Rome, a person will be a slave, but this person can be a top architecture, a tradesman. He could be like a horse rider.
You know what the funny thing is, the only so-called black people, bro, really only started kind of like becoming like that recently, getting able to do things like that. But prior to that, really we've been in captivity for the long, like. The hardcore slavery was what, the 1400s, coming in 15, 16, 17. Because remember, you know, even after that, we were just fucked. It's only now niggas are great boxers. If you look back in, how many Floyd Mayweather Negro boxers has there been? Prior, they were like barely coming off getting lynched. Or even still, like, and some of them boxers, when they were fighting famous black boxers, bro, they could only box amongst other black boxers. They couldn't fuck other nations up and all that.
it's true.
Come on, man.
Even in boxing,
I know that, man. We've only just come out of slavery, really, when you think about it.
Even on what you were saying on the boxing that was only able to fight themselves.
Yeah.
You had a group of boxers called the Black Murderous Row.
Yeah.
And I believe a part of that, I believe Joe Gangs.
They all fought each other, like.
I believe Joe Gangs might have been a part of that, and he's a forefather to Tevin Farmer. Apostle said it's him coming back in the reincarnation.
Looks like him and all that.
Yeah, when you go into their record, they had like 100 fights. It would be like 13 losses to like it would be like 6 boxers that they all fought each other.
Yeah, but the thing is that's because
because of because in that time the Edomites didn't want to lose to Jake. Even Jack Johnson.
Well, Jack Johnson was the forefather of that. Yeah. Because Jack Johnson, the crackers had to make laws against him.
Yeah.
I think you had something called the Mann Act.
Mann Act.
Because you know what, he was like.
He was popping them Edomite women.
He was popping them white, which they were Jakes too, man. But then he was popping white women, but they had it where he couldn't cross borders and if he did, and there was a story I heard before.
He was in Europe
but there was a story I heard, bro. Yeah. And then Jack Johnson was on a train.
Yeah.
And train robbers came on. I think they might have been Issacharites to rob the train. And they saw Jack Johnson and they said, "Yo, you're that boxer Jack," and they left him alone.
I gotta check that out.
There was a story. You gotta read. I can't remember where I heard it, but I have to go.
Well, you need to find it.
I'll find it. You know what I'm like. I'll remember something. We'll find it. But Issacharite train robbers came to rob a train, and they knew you're Jack Johnson, and they left him alone.
You see,
because they knew he was fucking crackers up, and he had a name.
Yeah.
He was basically he had a name that. People was like, basically, you know what that is? It's like a tribal thing. Yeah. You know what it's like, man.
But then now, again, so the point of all that anyway was before it was a hardcore slavery. Now the curses have been taken off us and being put onto these other nations, man. Right? But the point of like mentioning Rome and all of that was that some people some scoffers might say, well, those other civilizations that had slavery. Yeah, but bro, this slavery was like slavery in the ancient world was obviously Rome, you had that. But then as well, you might conquer a people and you might make them pay taxes and
slavery
adopt a culture. But slavery for Jake, that was an international trade.
Slavery's always been there. Like
it's always been.
You just said that.
Yeah.
But
transatlantic was another.
Name us a people that has been on ships.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
And then even when you go into it deeper, you see
ships on a mass scale.
Yeah, but when you go into that ships thing, even all of the 12 tribes actually went on ships.
All of them went on them, yeah.
But what's famously known as the so-called Negroes. But when you go deeper into it, all of the 12 tribes went on ships. That way.
Yeah.
So show us from the 1400s up until 2022, what other race of people? Okay. Other than so-called black people, right? Who went on ships?
And no one will say nothing to that.
Who went on ships? Type in yoke of iron on Google. Yoke of iron slavery. Who are you gonna see? Bro, if you type in slavery on Google, it's not gonna show you white people in slavery. Yeah. Unless you really delve into that.
Type it on purpose.
Yeah. Type in slavery in Google. You're gonna see so-called black people, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because it's prophecy, and the scripture speaks about so my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return to be void, but it shall prosper in the thing whereto I send it. Meaning, when the prophecies come to pass, the prophecy ain't gonna halfway in the crack. There's one tribe in a cave in slavery that came to pass. No, so when slavery came to pass, when Deuteronomy 28 and 68 came to pass, it came to pass on a mass scale because that's how the Lord works.
What's that scripture says? It shall be a sign unto you.
Yeah, it's in the same Deuteronomy. It shall sign upon your seed. Well, that's another good scripture. But the point is, when prophecies come to pass we're talking about those empires, the Greeks, Romans, and when they came to power, it was a mass thing. It was visible. This is the main empire ruling. So the same thing with slavery. When these prophecies come to pass, because these are scoffers and vocab, you know, because they always say, yeah, well, if we point to the tribes of the like some white Slavic tribes that was in slavery, well, they experienced slavery. No, when it's talking about this prophecy, it's gonna be visible for the whole world to see. And that was visible for what Jake went through. Deuteronomy 28:68. You had the transatlantic slave trade, and then you had the Indian ocean slave trade that was happening. It started before, but it was happening. It actually fucking overlapped, and it was happening at the same time. So the same time you had Jakes going to slavery into North America, South America, you obviously had the guide as well getting brought to Spain as gifts and other stuff. But at the same time, you had other Jakes from the West Coast that was going to Persia, to Iraq, to Pakistan.
Yeah, it was never ending.
It was a worldwide event, bruv.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm gonna finish this. This is Lo, thy sons come. Lo, thy sons come whom thou sentest away. They come gathered together from the east to the west by the word of the Holy One, rejoicing in the glory of the Most High. Where's that happening? Bro,
now
that's why the scripture says
with the GMS brothers, man, the camps that are waking up.
Yeah,
we're the ones rejoicing. These small sanctuaries in a land where
they shall come, Ezekiel.
Exactly.
From the east to the west by the word. So that's why you have brothers in Caribbean, you got brothers here in Holland, Nigeria, Ghana, Argentina, Puerto Rico, wherever they may be. From the east to the west, gathered together by the word. Like even us. Like, do you remember a couple, last year, I believe, or the year before, a couple of years ago, you had brothers from the States that came in. They came to hit us, and we met them because we were gathered by the word.
Yeah, man.
That's it.
Good brothers too.
They were good brothers too.
That was the brother from Mississippi.
Yeah, and the brother
from LA.
From LA.
But we've had the brother from
Texas.
Yeah, man. Brother from Texas,
Sala,
twin fam.
Yeah.
Brothers was here, man.
Yeah. So, that's the point.
Good people, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
And it's all gathered by this word, man.
Bro.
All of it is gathered by this word, man. So you got all these guys talking about
good Akim, you know what I mean?
Come. The point is, all of the brothers in the four corners are gathered by this word, man. We're gathered by this word, man. So no Edomite can tell us that we ain't the Israelites, man. Because in this video we touched in like on the sign, touching on the curses, the fact that we're in these lands coming to the Lord. No one else is doing that. Who's out there with the sign? Saying when they walk past to tell us what this means. No one else.
These things all go back to the being of the elect, man.
And having faith.
Yeah, man, that faith.
The scripture says a natural man cannot receive the things of the Most High because
and to anyone out there that are like you're watching, but then you're wishy-washy, pray, man.
Pray for
And I'm saying that openly, as in pray, man. The Lord put you on the right path where Lord willing, no one knocks,
Yeah.
I mean, pray, man. Pray, pray for more faith.
Yeah.
Even us.
For real.
Pray for faith, man. Pray for faith, belief. To keep fighting, you know what I'm saying? Pray, man.
That's it.
It's important. It's good. It's like always meditate. Even on whatever you're doing, just say the Lord's name. Lord, please be with me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for real.
Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, please, Lord, be with me.
Yeah.
Stuff like that, man.
Yeah. For real, because I was even thinking about
and pray for other brothers. About other brothers and ask the Lord to be with them.
Yeah, man. Because even one thing I was thinking about was when I saw that video of Vocab, I was thinking, man, what can you learn from him? Like, there's no, what can Vocab teach you about salvation or prophecy? There's nothing you can actually learn from him. That's why the scripture says a natural man receiveth not the things of the Spirit of the Most High, because what they're spiritually discerned. Like the sign, he revealeth his secret to the servants, the prophets, man. So that's given to the prophets, man. They ain't given to unbelievers, man. So anyway, you know, that's the point anyway, man. You know, we're going to end this video, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you got it, bro.
Alright, man. So with that, we're going to say praise be to Yahweh, Hashem, Dash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of great millstone. The next time we're going to say, Shalom, man.
Shalom, my friend.
We're going to keep fighting. Lord willing, keep fighting.